Hello, happy Friday, everyone. Good afternoon. Thank you guys for joining us on this lovely Friday. Here, this is Daniel Gonzalez with the eLive Realty team, bringing you some market stats today. And I know you guys may not find this as important, but this stuff is crucial to your success. So we'll jump into it, okay, guys? More than anything, I want you guys to remember that this information that we're going to be referring to, which is the month of August, is always a month lag, right? So typically, that's really almost all the data, depending on what you're doing research on. But when it comes to housing, that is typically 1 month lag, right? Jumping straight into it though, I also want you guys to notice that the information or the stats that I'm going to be giving to you are going to be according to the ABOR market statistics that we receive. And that said, when it comes down to the stats that they give us as a whole, they do per county, research and information per county, on top of which they also have what is called the MSA, or the Metropolitan Statistical Area, right? Metropolitan Statistical Area. More than anything, in that Metropolitan Statistical Area, it's just they group what is as far north as Round Rock to as far south as San Marcos with Austin, coupling all that information together for you guys. So that's what we're going to focus on, which is the MSA. Which, going straight into it, the median sales price for August of 2024, we were somewhere hovering around $439,990, right? Compared to the prior month of July, that's about 4.4% down, right? Decrease that we saw from July to August. That being said, that's fantastic. I mean, in July we were at 450, I'm pretty sure. That's definitely something that we want to keep pulse of. Right? Now, transitioning into what is closed sales, we're talking about things being around 2591 to be exact, 2500, and that is for the month of August. Now, that is a 10.4% decrease from the month of July, right? Which speaks numbers, right? I mean, the activity is definitely not what it used to be, but things are starting to really pick up on my end, at least for me. As here at eLive, we've been doing very well, thankfully. When it comes down to transitioning into what is the sales dollar volume, right? We're talking about a 1.49 billion. That is a differentiation of 11% compared to July of last month. And I mean, things are still not as active as they used to be, right? They're just still sitting for a little bit longer. Jumping into what is another great indicator is the months of inventory. Months of inventory right now, we're hovering as a 4.9, which is a little bit better than last month. Last month we were hovering in the 5, 5.1, but we're talking pennies to the dollar. So we're up compared to, we're talking maybe 2021, 2022. We're up from that. We're hovering around 5 months. Numerically speaking, a buyer's market and a seller's market and a healthy market, 4.9 is 4 to 5 months is like a healthy market, right? Anything less than 4, we're in a seller's market. Anything more than 5 to 6 is a buyer's market, a heavy buyer's market, heavy seller's market, right? These months of inventory, the data on this is fantastic because it just essentially means if we stop building houses as of right now, this is the amount of months of inventory we would have left for supply, right? That being said, jumping into what is the amount of new listings we're hovering around 4.1% of a decrease compared to July, right? We have, 3,700 new listings that came on the market. Active listings were up about 15% since July. We're hovering around 12,300 with those active listings that we're seeing right now. And truthfully, guys, it really comes down to where you're looking to buy and how soon, right? Or if you're on the selling side, how soon you're looking to move and things of that nature. Because things are still moving, at least I can tell you from my end, from what I'm seeing. Sure, they're not moving in 3 days, but going into what is the pending sales, though, pending sales are up 3.1%, which is good. Things are moving a little bit quicker compared to last month of July. We're now seeing around 2,500 pending sales, 2,583. And one of the best indicators is also the average days on market, right? right now we're hovering about 70 days, and that's, you know, again, this is MSA statistics, right? Grouped coupled information from Round Rock to San Marcos. So depending, I want you guys to remember, depending on the area though, this could be less, this could be more, right? So, but the average days on market right now to sell a home is 70 days. That's about 8 days increase compared to the month of July. And the last statistic I want to jump on is the average close to list price percentage. So close to list, meaning essentially if you listed at this price, what is the percentage that you actually close at this price? So you can list at whatever amount that you want, but what's the actual close, right? The month of August came at about 93.3%, which essentially meaning that 93% of what you listed your house for is what it actually closed for, right? And compared to the month of July, I mean, that's really actually, now I'm seeing August. Compared to year over year, we're at 94.2 year over year in August of 2023, right? So that's not a huge difference, but you know, things are definitely not where they were. But it really just comes down to location, right? So this is a very grouped statistic and data that they're giving us, right? From Round Rock to San Marcos. If you would like to receive the county per county information about, you know, what the county looks like for your area, I'll be more than happy to share those with you. Don't feel free to reach out to us. That being said, the last thing I wanted to touch on to leave with you guys today, to leave on you guys' mind today, is the peak of 2022, right? So the market of Austin peaked in 2022, May of 2022, and we were sitting at a sales price of $450,000, right? That's, I mean, compared to now, it's anywhere from 20 to 21%, right? Compared to 2022, from the height of the market. So it speaks numbers in the sense that, yeah, we've seen a discount, we've seen a decrease of about 20% compared to the peak, right? At the end of the day, though, given the way things are trending with the economy right now, we're seeing really high beliefs and just hopes for what the Federal Reserve is going to bring for us in this next coming week. From what my studies have been telling us, you know, hopefully we're looking to see a 25 basis points in the decrease of the Federal Reserve fund that we're going to see, and, you know, all fingers crossed. That being said, y'all, when it comes down to all this data, there's definitely more that you want to keep in tune with, and it's very important that you are staying in touch with an advisor who is not only telling you these things, but is showing you the data, right? And me and my clients know that we look at the data. At the end of the day, that's what speaks, right? And if you guys would love to have that information, I'd be more than happy to share that with you guys. I don't know if we happen to have any questions in the chat. Okay.
No, we don't.
Okay, fantastic. Well, guys, I do appreciate you guys for stopping by on this lovely Friday, and I do wish you guys nothing but the best. Remember that we are only one call away to finding your way in real estate, and ELIT and I are always here to light the path to and through your transactions. Feel free to reach out to me personally if you need any information. My phone number is 512-590-0740. Again, it is 512-590-0740. Thank you, and may you guys have a blessed Friday. Take care.